Live from Las Vegas, the entertainment, music, and sports capital of the world, it's the JJ and Johnny Show.
Hello, welcome to the show. It's episode 3.
Episode 3. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for being with us. JJ, who is this?
Oh my gosh, we have a special guest. It's Jen Kramer.
Oh, that's right, Jen Kramer.
And headlining illusionist joining us today, just extended her residency. A good friend of ours. Jen, welcome to the show.
Friend, as they say, a friend of the show.
Thank you so much, JJ and Johnny. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you because, you know, what we want to do with our viewers is bring them the best of Las Vegas, and you are the best of Las Vegas. You're the number one, one of the number one performers in town, but the number one female magician illusionist, correct?
Oh, that is so kind of you to say, and I really appreciate the kind words.
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many, now it's really exciting to see so many more women in magic, and there's a history of great women in magic. I think about Adelaide Herman around the turn of the 20th century, who was an incredible female illusionist.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that you know the history.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
You know what's so interesting about this, too, that we started off with this, is that Jen, you know, no matter where she goes, she gets recognized for, like, being the first woman or one of the only women.
Right.
But I love the way you embrace it in particular. Do you notice this?
Yeah.
Like, she just embraces it with, like, a lot of grace and also just really focuses on the advantage it brings and your kind of relationship and being able to inspire younger women. So
Thank you so much.
And all performers.
Thank you. Thank you. You know what? That means the world to me. We do a meet and greet after the show, which is always so much fun, a chance to really connect with people up close. And one of my favorite things is when we have aspiring magicians, and oftentimes it's, you know, budding magicians' kids, and it's so exciting for me to see what the future of magic is. It brings me back to when I was first getting into it.
Which is something Johnny and I actually talked about on our show last Thursday. We were like, God, we know some magicians here in town, you among them, and so many of them got into magic as a kid. Like there was this kind of epiphany moment. It happened with you with what, your uncle giving you a book?
That's right. So I was 10 years old. My Uncle Steve gave me a book called The Royal Road to Card Magic. And it's amazing when you look back at those seemingly tiny moments in life that have such a huge impact. I think to myself, wow, that was the moment that I discovered magic, and had it not been for that gift, who knows if I would have. And I'm so grateful to my Uncle Steve for that. We still magic jam to this day. We'll call each other, talk about magic.
I love that. That's great. Have you noticed that so many performers who may not be magicians, but really started out doing magic and ended up being, I know comedians who don't
Steve Martin?
Yeah, Steve Martin, who take that skill set and then become a performer based on it. And obviously a lot of magicians too, but I've met a lot of actors, a lot of comedians. That was their first thing. It was their way to get in front of an audience.
For sure. I think that Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah, who's amazing.
Oh, he's incredible.
Yeah.
He's so talented and a magician as well.
Absolutely. There's so much we want to talk about her history.
Yes, so much. I'd like
first,
to jump in.
I feel like we should talk about like now and the future, because this is an exciting moment for her. Jen has just this week actually announced the extension of her residency, 6 years at Westgate Las Vegas, one of the most beloved properties here in town.
That's where the king was, baby.
That is where Elvis's show was, formerly at the Hilton. So tell us about like your journey and kind of where you're at. You completed 6 years, or
Yes, so we just completed 6 years. So we're kicking off year 7. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. It is such an incredible team effort.
Right.
Truly, especially as we're adding these new illusions to the show. And the Westgate team, I love them. I love the people. I'm so fortunate to have the chance to work with at Westgate, and I just could not be more excited to extend the residency, and I can't wait for many more shows to come.
And they have so much great entertainment there. You are among so many amazing performers. Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow, The Soul of Motown.
Yeah.
There are some new shows coming in, a new Elvis show coming in.
Right, we were talking about that. Yeah.
Can you tell us what you know about it? We're pretty excited. We got the press release, and we love Elvis, but a lot of our viewers do too. But what do you know about it?
Well, I know the Westgate is, as you mentioned, when it was the Las Vegas Hilton, in the International. It was where Elvis performed. It was
Yes.
Elvis's home.
Yes.
So I think
636 performances. Sold out.
yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
But you've already done that many. You were just saying pre-show 800, right? 800
We're
performances.
coming up on 800 soon. Time flies.
Yeah.
Time really does fly.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Sorry to ask this question, but I'm dying to. Okay. So in those 800 shows that you've done at the Westgate, so
Yes.
we hear all the time from entertainers. They come to
Sure.
Vegas and they're like, the cool thing is you have people from all over the country and the world in the audience.
Yes,
Has
definitely.
there anything unusual ever happened with an audience member? I mean, you have people up on
Absolutely,
stage.
absolutely. I mean,
there
especially
one?
because the show is so focused on audience participation. And so it really does mean that every show that we do is a little bit different because
Yep.
every audience is different. And I love to have the freedom to be in the moment with the audience. Oh, all kinds of unexpected things have happened. You think about how when you involve kids in the show,
Oh, yeah.
that really adds an element. And it's an all ages show. It's not a show that is just for kids, but it's perfectly appropriate for families and
Right.
for all ages. And so
That's
I've
it.
called
I'm
kids
so
up
glad
on
you
stage.
mentioned that about that, because a lot of times people come to Las Vegas and the parents know, but they're not really sure where to bring kids. And some magic shows, as you know, are not kid appropriate in this town. Certain people who are great performers. So I'm really glad you mentioned
Oh,
that.
thank you.
Yeah.
It's an all ages show. We've had 2, 3,
5
4
o'clock, right?
generations come together. It's a 5 o'clock show. So it's the kind of show, bring your kids, your parents, your grandparents. It's
Bring the
all
whole
ages
family.
show.
Give us an audience member recently that you remember who stood out, who did something really silly. I'm sure you get some real characters.
Oh, we have some fun ones. There's a routine in the show where we create a larger than life social media page for an audience member on stage. And yes,
Yes, it was there. That was such an amazing, really amazing.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Well, we toss out beach balls into the audience to make sure that everybody knows that it really is a random selection of people who then create this person's Facebook page. And so we've had all kinds of funny moments of what people will decide to make the person's relationship status and their status and their number of friends. I mean, we recently had a kid who caught it and said the person's married to a turtle. I mean, you get all kinds of just funny
Yeah.
things, and it changes
It's
every
Mad
night.
Libs. It's audience Mad Libs.
Oh, Mad
Changes every single night, and it's always kind of fun for me too because it's a fun opportunity to see, oh, how do we connect the relationship status the person chose with what they're posting about with the number of friends. So it's kind of a fun,
Amazing bit.
fun
It's really an
exercise.
amazing bit.
Creative.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing to have your own show too. Like, I know that you're doing a refresh at the end of the show. You've added a new number that looks super spicy. I think we have a little video to show from that. But what's your creative journey been like over the 6 years? Like, how's the show evolved?
So it really has evolved over those 6 years, and especially with these new illusions that we're adding to the show, we really wanted to take the show to the next level and do something special, something big. So we just debuted the number. And I also want to give a shout out because it was the incredible Westgate team who have been so amazing in making this all possible. And also, there have been some amazing magicians from Doug Lafarovich, you may know.
Oh, yes.
We love Doug.
know and
Wonderful.
love Lefty.
He is wonderful. Lefty's
He's a
amazing.
great guy. He really
And
is. He's an awesome guy.
He really is awesome. He's so talented and so smart, and he's been so helpful in putting this motorcycle on the
Really?
stage.
Oh, I love hearing
And
that.
yes, Mark Kalin, Mark and Ginger, who
right,
are
yeah.
incredible performers as well, have been such a big part of the process. So I love that collaborative process in magic and in performance.
And I'm new. I'm here 13 years, and you're here how many years? Like how?
About 10 years now.
10 years now. And this is something that I always talk about in all the interviews I do. I love Las Vegas. It really feels like home for me. And one of the reasons is the entertainment community here is so incredibly supportive.
Yes,
I've
yes.
never experienced, I lived in New York, lived in Philadelphia, and all great performers, but here, and LA, I lived in LA, but the support here, the dancers go see the singers, and the singers go see the magicians go see the comedians, and everybody goes to see everybody.
Yes.
And the support here is really incredible.
Think about what friends who don't live in Vegas think of when they think of Las Vegas.
Right.
And I think that's a limited view. I think when people think, okay, just the strip and just the nightlife, that's an amazing part of Las Vegas for sure.
Yeah.
But Las Vegas is an incredible home. It's a community.
It really is a community.
And
It
I
really,
love
it's
that. You
truly
can
a
tell living
community.
here. For
Yeah,
sure.
it's a different place.
let's get back to your show. I know we haven't even touched on like kind of your amazing origin.
Yeah.
You're a graduate of Yale. Like that's to really understand Jen Kramer's, to understand that that's part of your origin. You're a very intelligent person. You speak 4 languages. Share with us.
You've done your homework.
Yes,
JJ.
share with us those languages.
You've done your homework. So there's English, French, Spanish, and Swahili.
Swahili.
How did that happen?
Well, I've always loved languages, and I had an extra elective course open in college and thought someday I'd love to travel to the Kenya or Tanzania or Uganda where Swahili is spoken and do magic shows in Swahili, maybe even climb Mount Kilimanjaro.
Wow.
And I thought, what a great opportunity to learn something new. I'm a big language fan.
Fascinating.
So, I mean, Swahili is a fascinating language. It's also, interestingly, you know how French, half the word you don't pronounce,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
You see it
Okay.
written.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Swahili, you pronounce exactly as it's written. So if I were to
Oh,
write a
that's
paragraph in
interesting.
Swahili, you'd read it perfectly. So, and the word for, let's say, magician, it's a 17-letter long word. So it's like, it's a mimini mwana mazingambwe. So you say, I'm a magician.
Is that really it?
It is.
Wow.
It is. But I do think magic, something that I really love about it is that it is universal.
Yes.
And I think it can transcend language. It can transcend, where in the world you're from and the walk of life that you happen to be in and your age. It's like magic brings everybody to that feeling of wonder when you're 5 years old and everything is new and you're looking at the world through that lens.
Right.
And to me, that's something I love about magic, is being able to share
It's
that.
beautiful. It's a wonderful, So for you mentioned your uncle. Did you, from that time, did you know, like, I'm going to be a magician? Or was there was that road, like, was the destination magician, or somewhere along the line were you thinking something else? Because Yale is an amazing Ivy League school, but it's not known for producing magicians. Great theater actors and film actors and other things. I mean, finance and everything else. Yeah. So what was that journey to Yale and beyond?
Well, I always knew that I loved magic. And I'll joke with people that the owl from Harry Potter never delivered my acceptance letter to Hogwarts, the Harry Potter school. I went to Yale because Hogwarts wouldn't take me for Harry Potter. The owl never arrived. I was waiting on the owl.
Right.
It just didn't show up. But no, I'm so grateful for my experience at Yale. I loved it.
Oh.
And magic has really been something that I knew that I wanted to pursue. As a kid, I remember dreaming of doing a show in Vegas, and it was something that I was so excited about. But I think in college, I was figuring out, how do I take this thing that I really love and work out the practical realities of turning it into a full-time profession.
Right.
So I had worked all through school as a magician, through middle school, high school, starting with when I was 11 years old, my little sister's birthday party.
You were, I mean, your parents didn't pay you, but you were doing paid gigs?
I was doing paid gigs all the way, starting from when I was about 11. So I started learning magic at 10 and all through middle school and high school. I started doing, I remember my little sister's party, my cousin's sweet 16, then her friend's party. My first regular gig was at the local Barnes & Noble. You know how they have the story time stage in the children's department? During recess, I went out during my lunch period and called the local community manager at the Barnes & Noble and said I'd love to come and do my show. I'm 14 years old. And
so you were a hustler. You were out there and you wanted to get in front of an audience.
I really did.
Because we all know it's the only way you can get better.
It's true. Is that flight time, as Lance Burton would say.
Yeah, you can practice as much as you like, but you've got to be, especially with comedy and magic. You have to.
And especially because practicing in your room only gets you so far, but it's that audience interaction, especially for a show that has audience interaction, that real life experience performing for people is invaluable.
I just chimed in because you mentioned Lance Burton, who
Love
is
Lance.
just a good friend, and I
he's
really
amazing.
enjoyed interviewing him over the years.
He's amazing.
But he just gave a shout out on his Instagram. He still goes out and tours, although he's left Las Vegas. He still pulls out the tour bus and hits the road, and he's such an inspiration to so many.
Oh,
Did
so
you
really
have
is.
people that were mentors to you during that early
Definitely.
phase?
Well, Lance was incredible. I remember seeing his show at the Monte Carlo. He still is incredible. He's amazing. And such a class act, too.
He's a nice guy. I
And
met
he
him
loves
at the
dogs.
Nice person.
And you have to love people who love animals.
For sure.
But he's very
incredible.
self-deprecating.
And-
When I met him, he was really funny. And I was just like, this guy's like one of the top guys in the world. And he was just like, wow, I can do card tricks. And I just thought that was so, I love that.
Absolutely agree. Yes.
It's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing to have.
He's so humble, so classy.
Sorry, you were saying about people who
No,
inspired you
not
too,
at all.
in addition to Lance.
Yeah, Lance was incredible. There was a magician who led our group of young magicians in New York when I was a kid, and his name was Albert Lasher. And he was such a wonderful, kind, generous person. I remember he would create opportunities for us to perform. I mean, there are so many. Penn and Teller were such an inspiration to me.
Yes.
When I was first on their Fula show, I had the chance to work with Johnny Thompson, who was just an absolute legend and again, so kind and so giving. I mean, there have been really so many magicians. Tom and Janet Werner with Magicians Without Borders really inspired me so much ever since I met them.
The board for that organization,
on the advisory board, yes, and I met them when I was 12 years old. It's a husband-wife magician mime duo. And
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. They're amazing.
That's a classic combination.
That's a lot of fun at home.
Yes, they travel the world.
Do they have kids? I'm just wondering what their magic children would be.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And they travel, and they just spread hope and happiness, and they just really use their magic for good.
That's awesome.
That's so awesome.
And nothing brings a smile to which you talking about the universality of it. The fact that they can go pretty much anywhere, do that, and it can be. We have a friend right now, Jeff Savilico, who's in Thailand.
Love Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff's amazing, and he does a program, and he goes into some pretty remote places and does his magic, and it's such a wonderful thing because it's so uplifting. And you from the first moment I met you, you're so positive. And you have so much energy that it literally like emits from you. Can I ask you where that comes from? Is that just who you are, or is that something like a parent said always be positive, or you know what I mean? It's such a wonderful quality to have.
That's so nice of you to say. Yeah. I feel like I say the same about both of you. You're both super positive.
Well, it's all a put on for me.
Thank you.
We know Johnny's just faking.
Yeah, I'm not faking. I'm just miserable.
No, I agree with you. I'd agree with you on that. I mean, it's a huge compliment and observation. But I wonder too, is it an active choice on your part? I mean, because you have a really positive attitude.
Oh, thank you so much. I do my best. I mean, my parents were always super encouraging, and I'm so grateful for them and for my family and friends and magician mentors who have been very encouraging. Ever since I was a kid, I've been a pretty positive person. I think my parents would say it's something that's always been in me for whatever reason.
You don't strike me as someone who went through a rebellious phase. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know. Did you see that motorcycle video? Can you pull up?
Now it's the rebellious.
Cass, pull up the motorcycle video. I'm telling you, Jen's like. Truly, that's amazing.
Thank you. I'm so grateful for them.
Can we go back to John's question though? Did you have a rebellious period?
Oh, did I have a rebellious? Maybe it's now with the motorcycle. It's my rebellious period right now.
Kramer.
Right now.
Like you've never seen her before. Wild at the Westgate. Can we change the name of your show?
Thank you.
I love that.
Boom.
Wild at the Westgate.
That's it.
Okay, nice. So I don't know. Is there anything else we didn't cover about the show? Because we really are dying to see you do some cards.
Yeah.
I would love to show you. Okay. Yeah, the show, there's magic, there's comedy, there's audience participation. So would always love to have you there. And viewers of the show would love to have you there. I'm so honored to be your first guest, by the way. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to be a part of this. Yes. So I think you might have performed a magic trick too, because there was a Sharpie marker that has disappeared.
I can get that for you. Excuse me.
The reappearing Sharpie. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you, JJ. JJ's working her magic here.
Yes.
So we have, as always, we have our Sharpie marker and, of course, our deck of cards. Now, card magic is really special to me because of that book that my uncle gave me when I was 10 years old. It was a book called The Royal Road to Card Magic, so love card tricks to this day. And for this, I would love to make one of these cards extra special. So, of course, the viewers at home can see that they're all different. And would you like to, JJ, select a card? Now, make sure I'm not influencing your choice here. This really can be any card you'd like.
King of Diamonds.
Any card.
Any card you like.
And It's okay if I see it.
Speaking of diamonds.
Hey. All right. It's okay if I
That's
see
the
it. That's all right.
Okay.
I've seen the trick before, so that's okay.
Can they
Now,
see
Only
to make
800
this,
cards.
they can, and to
Okay.
make it extra special, JJ and Johnny, I would love your autographs on this card to make this card completely unique, very special,
There you go, buddy.
Yeah.
lovely.
The JJ
It's our first autograph.
and the Johnny.
It is an honor to be a recipient of your first joint autograph here. Look at that. We got the JJ and Johnny show. And as a J name, I feel like, is that going to be a thing on your show? Everybody's got to be a J?
everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
JJ, Johnny, Jen. That's a,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're having Frankie Shinton.
We're
on, so
only-
we're asking
So we're
him
going to
to
call
change
him
his name.
Frankie. Call him
Janky.
Janky. Janky Shinta.
Shinta.
And then we have Cass will get Jazz.
Jazz. Got Jazz over there. Shout out to
Yeah,
Jazz.
I like that.
Shout out to Jazz.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
the thing. That's hilarious.
That's it. We have JJ and Johnny right on this card that you freely selected here.
Yes.
Now I'll roll up the sleeves. They sometimes say a
I'm getting
magician
chills.
has something up
I know
his
something's going to
sleeve.
happen, so, but I don't know what.
Well, usually card tricks tend to follow the same formula.
Right.
You pick a card, the magician finds the card.
Right.
So I thought, let's switch it up. Let's do something different here. We're going to do the entire piece of magic using your very special card that you've selected, JJ. I'll take a corner of the card. I'm going to bend a corner. Now you can see from all angles here. I'll get a good crease in there. And then, JJ, since you chose the card, Johnny, would you like to do the honors
Sure.
and actually tear the corner off of the card? Like you could really rip it, really tear it right
Okay.
off. That's great. Now, no joke, no illusion.
No illusion.
You
It's
really
right there. I
did.
tore it. There's
Tear
a little-
that card.
Yeah, you can
I
see
heard
a
it.
horrible tear.
The card. Oh,
Yeah,
it's a
on the
good
borders.
tear.
Darn it.
We've got the corner of your 5 of diamonds. I'm going to take the corner and I'm going to place it inside my magical pocket of mystery here. We'll take that corner. The corner goes inside the magical pocket of
And your
mystery.
bedazzled jacket.
That's right.
She does. She has her own bedazzler, by the way.
Thank you.
Travels
Shout out
with
to
it.
my friend Taya, who
Taya.
amazingly bedazzled the jacket. Shout out to Taya. Love you, Taya.
I'd like Taya to bedazzle some
Yeah,
things
she's
for me.
amazing. She's amazing. I'm going to take the corner invisibly from the magical pocket of mystery. 3, 2, 1. JJ, John, say go.
Go!
It flies invisibly through the air and it fuses right back onto one card. No glue, no tape, and that is a
What the?
souvenir for you both to keep.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm
It's perfectly
sitting
aligned,
right next
too.
to her.
I couldn't have like glued that on like
It's not
that.
even glued. It's there. It's wow.
Jen Kramer.
Jen
Oh my
Kramer.
gosh.
So much.
That was
Bravo.
awesome. It really does. I knew you were going to do something. I don't know what it was, but it always blows my mind.
That is really something else.
What's going
I
on?
really appreciate
I was
it.
gonna hold up the camera.
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
Oh,
please.
great.
Oh my gosh. Okay, producer Cass is coming in to get you guys
Coming
a
in.
closer view.
Yeah. Coming in.
What's up, y'all?
Yes, Cass is looking
That
out.
is just amazing.
Look at that, look at that, look at that.
That lower. Look at that. That is
So,
incredible.
if you're coming to Vegas, you want to go see Jen. She's on stage at the Westgate Friday through Sunday, correct?
Yes.
5 o'clock show. Also, it's family friendly. It's also hilarious for adults, though. There's
Yeah,
plenty of
it
spicy
really is.
moments for adults.
And
And the
amazing
tickets
moments.
are reasonably priced.
Thank you.
Don't you think? Do you
I-
get that feedback?
I think so. And for me, it's so much fun to get to meet the people who come to the show. So come say hello at the meet and greet. Bring your friends, bring your family. I'd really love to have you there.
That was great.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you both for having me. JJ,
Thank
Johnny,
you.
it's
Thank
always
you for
great to
joining
see
us.
you. Thank you.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
Really
for-
great. Thank you for being our
Thank
very
you.
first guest, and we're going to love to have
So
you
honored.
back.
I would love
When you
that.
have your 900th show.
That's right. That's right.
And your
Jen Kramer.
Christmas
you.
show. And your New Year's Eve
I
show.
would love that.
Yeah.
It's always awesome
Yes,
seeing you
yes.
both, and I really appreciate it. I'm so honored to be the first guest.
And we had a great time bowling with you. We didn't even mention
Oh,
that,
yeah.
but
We
we
gotta roll that.
we bonded
much
bowling
fun.
beforehand.
By the
and-
way,
yeah.
viewers at home, let me tell you, JJ and Johnny are excellent bowlers. They really are. They are fantastic bowlers.
It's a little generous, but
They've got the technique down.
Yeah, people don't know this, but here where we shoot in the studio, there's bowling lanes.
There's a
was a
bowling
lot of fun.
alley.
There's
So
a
yeah,
bowling
we had to bond, and this is the
so
Skill
much
Money
fun.
Game
Great way,
Studio,
yeah, it
and
was
that's what
fun.
we do.
That's
So
right.
thanks for being here, Jen. Rum
Thank
rum.
you both.
Woo!
Wild at the Westgate. Yeah.